la clase. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre pronombres de objeto directo. Looking at our regular sentence order, we have subject, who is the doer. We have the verb, which is the action. And then we have the object, which is the receiver of the action. In regards to receiving the action, we do end up kind of with two parts. There are things that directly receive the action and things that indirectly end up being the recipient of the action. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But today we are focusing on these, on the direct receiver of the action. Later on, another day, we're going to talk about these indirect recipients. But let's start figuring out how to decide what is that direct object, what is the direct receiver of the action. So in order to do that, you're going to take your verb and you're going to ask the question, verb, whatever the verb is, what or whom. And you'll know, depending on the verb, which question makes more sense. So for example, if we have this sentence, I give her money. We have subject, verb, and then these are the objects. So we're going to take the verb give, and you're not giving people away. So we're going to say give what? Our answer is money. So that means that money is our direct object. And it's in a noun form. We're not talking pronouns yet. We're just looking at what it is. So we figured out what our direct object is. So step one is just what we did, identify the direct object. And we're going to do that using the question what or whom after your verb to figure out what that direct object is. Step two is going to be choose a direct object pronoun to replace it with. Okay, so we're going to draw our chart. And we have me, nos, and te. For usted, it's going to be lo or la. For ustedes, los or las. If you're talking about something or someone, it's going to be lo or la. And if you're talking about a group of things, it's going to be los or las. Now, just textually, I can tell you that 90% of what ends up being used for your direct object pronouns are this, the lo, la, los, and las. And that's just because of the context of the types of words that take direct objects. It's not actually any of them. But generally, people are not direct objects. We do have some things like, for example, if I wanted to say, she kissed me, that would be she kissed me. So I would say kissed whom? And the answer would be me. So I would use the direct object pronoun me for that. So I would say ella, and then besó, and then me would be the pronoun I would change with that. We got a little ahead of ourselves though. So step one was ID the direct object. Step two was choose the correct direct object pronoun. Me, te, nos, lo, la, los, or los. Okay, and then step three is drop the noun and place the direct object pronoun in front of the verb. So drop the noun and place the direct object now in pronoun form. So the me, te, nos, lo, la, los, las in front of the verb. Okay, so let's look at this sentence. I need pants. Okay, so step one, I've got subject, verb, object. Step one is I say need what, and I identify my pants are the direct object. Okay, step two is going to be choose a direct object pronoun for my pants. And pants, I'm not talking to pants. I'm talking about pants, they're plural and masculine. So I'm going to choose los. Okay, so step three is going to be placing in my sentence. So my sentence is yo necesito. And then the pants are going to be a los. And I'm going to put them before the verb. So yo los necesito. Okay. If it were to be a negative, the no would come before the yo. Before the los. So it would be yo no. So the pronoun would come after the no, but before the verb. Let's look at another example. Let's look at one that has a people. So let's say, I hate you. Let's do another example. I hate you. Okay, so identify hate who? Hate you. So you is the direct object. Two, I'm going to choose my pronoun for that. So that's going to be a te. And then three, I'm going to put it in front of the verb. So yo odio. And I'm just going to bring my te up in the front. Yo te odio. One last wrinkle is what to do with complex verbs in the pronouns. A complex verb is a verb that has two or more words forming the verb. Those are all our verbs that we use helping verbs with. So it's some sort of a conjugated helping verb. And the second part ends in either an infinitive or ando or yendo is the other one we've done. Right, so these are things like voy a comprar, right? Two parts, or estoy comprando. Or está vendiendo. So all of these have a verb that has two parts. So this whole thing is the verb. You are never, ever going to put anything in the middle, okay? So you're never going to put anything between these. Our options are put our pronouns before or put them after, okay? So the rules are, and it's always going to be correct to put it before. So always okay to put your pronoun before the whole verb structure. So that means before the helping verb. So I'm gonna buy a shirt, la camisa. I would say la voy a comprar. I'm selling them the books, los libros, los estoy comprando. Buying, sorry, not selling. Last one, I'm selling my lunch, el almuerzo, would be, well. So always going to be okay to put it there. But I'm going to tell you that because contextually that pronoun has more to do with the second verb than with the helping verb, because it is what you're buying, it is what you're selling, it is what you're interacting with, most people prefer to put the pronoun attached to the end of the verb. So you have the option to attach pronoun to the end of the verb structure. Okay, so for the last one here, it would look like, let's do these over again. Where's my eraser? So instead of la voy a comprar, I would have to I could do something like this. Voy a, I don't like this color. Oh well. Comprar la. And I attach it. And it's all one long word there. Okay. So this now is all one word. Okay, let's look at this next one. So instead of las estoy comprando, I could say estoy comprando los. Okay. Now, this has some added problems. When we look at comprando here, comprando, it ends in an O. Our stress is on the second to last syllable where it's supposed to be, okay? So it ends in a vowel, second to last is where it should be, second to last is where it is. Now, once we add the los, it doesn't change where the emphasis is, comprando, comprando. But now we added extra syllables, so our A, what has the stress, is now on the third syllable back. So in order to tell people that it's now a rule breaker, we need to add an accent on the A. My pen went away here, hold on. Here. And then the same thing will happen down here with this one vendiendo. So it would be está vendiendo los, all one word. Our stress was here on this IE, and we need to make sure it stays there. If we don't write an accent in, it's going to be on the second to last syllable, which is now the O. In order to make sure people know where it is, it's on the E. So always okay to put it before, but if you put it after with the ando or with the yendo, you need to add an accent to the letter right before the N. So that would be the A or the E. It does not happen with your infinitive, because if we look at it with the infinitive here, comprar, it ends in a consonant, so it was on the last, it doesn't need an accent. And now that we added the vowel, it's still on the AR, but the vowel is on the second to last, so it follows the rule. So there's no issues. We have to change with the infinitive, but when we add it to our present participles, we do have to add that accents in there.